welcome back to another movie review. Thanks for your patience, guys, for waiting on these reviews. I've been kind of busy and, I record my shit on my phone and I had to factory reset it just so I could get all my storage back just to, make my reviews. But yeah, here we are, back at it. Today I am reviewing Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scargiver. Oh boy. Directed by Zack Snyder, and it continues on the story from part 1. And yeah, if you've seen my short, when I quickly reviewed the first movie, you would know I fucking hated the first movie. The first movie was garbage. Like, it had some decent action and visuals, but otherwise the movie was a total incoherent mess. What did I think about Rebel Moon Part 2? Let's just say it's a lot worse than the first film. Holy shit. This is without a fucking doubt one of the absolute worst films I have seen in 2024. Where the fuck do I begin? You know how the first movie had a very convoluted plot? This movie has no plot. There's no substance at all. It's basically just fucking exposition dumps. Action scene, exposition dumps, action scene, rinse, repeat for 2 fucking hours. If that's your idea of a good time, look, you better be looking forward to Rebel Moon Part 2, because this movie will have you satisfied. This movie's so bad that I haven't even seen some hardcore Snyder fans defending this movie. That's how fucking bad this movie is. The action scenes, not thrilling at all. The action scenes have less thrills than they did in the first one. Any level of excitement that the first movie had is completely absent in part 2. And and you know how Zack Snyder is known for having tons of slow-mo in his action sequences? This movie cranks it up to 11. There is so much slow-mo in this movie that I guarantee you this movie would be about maybe 45 minutes without it. I'm serious. There is so fucking much slow-mo, it got really fucking irritating. Zack Snyder's getting worse with that shit, and I wish he would stop. And yeah, like, the action scenes, they're just some generic fucking sci-fi action. Nothing really breaks new ground here. It's just filled with excessive slow-mo and some of the most generic battles you'll ever see in a movie. And as with the first movie, no interesting characters at all. None of these characters are compelling, and the actors don't really give that great of performances either. But that's because Zack Snyder's direction in this movie is fucking god-awful. Usually Zack Snyder is a decent director when it comes to his actors. Like, look at 300, look at Watchmen, look at Dawn of the Dead. Look at Man of Steel. Look at the Snyder Cut. He got really good performances in all those movies, but oh no, not this movie. Holy shit. Not the first one, and definitely not this one. This movie is an absolute fucking embarrassment. This is right up there with Madam Web, with some of the worst that this year has had to offer. At least the 3 other movies I'm going to be reviewing are all good. Yeah, but oh no, Rebel Moon had to stink up this year even more. I'm hoping I'm hoping I don't see any more movies this fucking bad later on, because this movie is all of the spectacle without the substance, and the spectacle here fucking sucks. Thank God I did not see this in theaters. This movie fucking belongs on Netflix. If I guarantee you, if this movie came out in theaters and it was released on Blu-ray, guaranteed within a few months this movie would be in the $5 bin. And I wouldn't even pay $5 for this fucking dog shit. That's how much I hated this fucking thing. Don't see Rebel Moon. It is absolutely not worth any of your time. Even if you're a Snyder fan, fucking skip this shit. And maybe if people stop watching this movie, we might not get the fucking 4 remaining parts of this shit. Fuck. Man, there's gonna be 4 more of these apparently. God help us all. I am going to give Rebel Moon Part 2 the score it rightfully deserves. A big, fat, hard, shitty fucking F.